I've been, yeah, I would say when obviously personal, we think we had that plantar fasciitis in my foot, and I'm finally feeling better. How crazy it actually is to rest and listen to your body,
Yes.
and not do cardio. So I'm feeling good physically and now mentally. I was kind of falling apart mentally for a second without the cardio.
Nice.
Now I've accepted it,
Nice.
and second win would just be posting on all social media um, bases, I guess, for coaching, trying to just see who has the best reactions and, who answers, what polls work, what don't, all that fun stuff. So putting myself in uncomfortable places to see who's going to react best to possibly being future clients.
100%. Well, today's topic is taking ownership. So I think that really goes into everything you're doing. I think it goes to what everybody's doing at this moment too.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of feel the energy within the calls. Obviously, people hop on, hop off on these calls. But this year, I think overall, I mean, I can speak for you. You're taking ownership this year.
Yeah.
There were years where you kind of just drifted, and then you're like, hey, I'm taking ownership. So now you kind of notice the momentum you're building, right?
Yeah, I've been living through I think both you and Nick said it on our initial call for coaching. If not now, then when? Just like
Yes,
if you don't just keep going, then when?
exactly.
So,
Awesome. Sam, so how we do this call, man, is, we'll kind of go through the whole, open the floor up a little bit and kind of share some wins. And then we'll get into the discussion of taking ownership of your life. So that's this week's topic. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
you want to go ahead and share some wins, man? I think it's very
Yeah,
important to voice wins.
yeah. The only ones I could think of this week is that I finally have two. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a startup called the Pump Package. It's a monthly subscription box geared towards
Okay.
weightlifters and fitness enthusiasts. So I've
Okay.
got two manufacturers now, trying to get samples from both of them. Um, Basically that, and starting to posting on social media more for my startup. And we had a few brands not reach out yet. We haven't been in contact with brands yet, but what's it called? Had a few brands reach out to our comments that we put out in their pages. So it's kind of a big win.
Awesome, man. That is awesome to hear.
Do
Yeah.
they,
So on
do
these
they,
calls,
do they actually works well? The pump packet? The,
Say that again.
do they actually work well?
The pump
The,
package.
yeah.
So basically, we're taking other brands and fitness brands and putting it inside our package. So it's business to business
Oh,
and then
okay,
business
okay,
to
okay.
consumer.
Okay, I thought there was this pump pads. You know what I'm talking about, Danny?
Yeah, I've
yeah,
seen those. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
gotcha,
yeah, yeah.
gotcha.
It's
Well,
basically
That's fine.
filled with like 8 to 12 items such as pre-workouts, protein snacks, protein treats, um, and just other fitness accessories as well.
Awesome. Chidozi, welcome to the call, man. What wins you got this week?
Anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
sure.
Yes. Wins. So recently I applied for a senior designer role last week, and about 2 days after, I got a call wanting to do an interview with me tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So looking forward to that. And second win. I couldn't think of the top of my head at the moment, even during the check-in, but I would say that my second win is I'm back. I'm feeling better from being cold, for being sick last week, and I'm back. I'm ready to be back in motion.
Good, man. So we're moving in the right direction, right, AC?
Correct.
Awesome, brother. JP, what wins do you have for this week, brother?
Man, this week just keep driving in the same direction, man. Just keep work, taking ownership of same distractions, keep putting me back. It seems like a recurring behavior. So I had to pull myself out every time. So just being aware and recognizing things that always pull me away, then always try to shift me again. So, taking ownership is like, no, no, no. I said I was gonna do this thing. I'm gonna keep doing it because every time I start doing well in everything else, distractions always come, and
Yep.
tend to just lay back, say, "Hey, it's okay," but it is not. So just taking ownership on that aspect of life right now. Yeah. so far so good, man. A good start of the month.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. We're already 3 months into this year, which is absolutely insane.
It is.
But I think a huge win just for myself is just everybody in my life is moving forward, right? Everybody on the team is in the same mindset. And to get everybody on the same mindset like that just takes a different, number one, takes leadership, but also it just takes reminding everybody their why. But that's the huge thing because, like, if you have people, just like we talked about last week, that is reinforcing you to continue to move forward, it's almost hard for you to fail, right? It's like your surrounding, your environment is forcing you to win. Like it's almost hard to lose because everybody around you is continuing to win. So getting everybody on the same page, all my athletes, dude, it's just amazing. So very blessed to have a great group of people, same mindset, same vision, and everybody's just moving forward. Plus, these calls are wins for me every single week. Just to kind of hop on here, share value, and just give back to you guys. Just kind of how I've always built my mindset, and just to create a unbreakable mindset, right? And that just takes you guys being able to, again, set out what you're going to do and actually doing it, right? That's what's built confidence. That's what builds self-esteem. So huge win for me on these calls every week. And then we have Mr. Nick.
What's up, everybody? How we doing this morning?
Good morning.
Wins
Looks
for
like
the
we're chatting
week.
every day.
What's that?
Looks like I'm talking to you every day.
Yeah, literally, literally. Yeah, well, it helps, right? And just like you just
Yes,
said,
sir.
you got to be surrounded by the people who win all the time. Not
Yep.
have the same mindset. So, wins for the week, you're just staying busy, right? So, I'm not the type of person who ever wants to have a free moment, and I'm very blessed that my coaches and health optimization specialists and clients keep me clean, back to back pretty much all week long. So it'll be another busy week. We'll sign on another 10, 15 clients this week, which is great. Go back through training and preps getting ready to start for most of my clients, or for the few that I keep nowadays. Wife's pregnancy is going good. Started another business this week. Got the funding and everything in the LLC put together for that. So that's always cool. I started another networking group, which I invited JP to over at Cornerstone with Best Life Group. So just expanding the network for all of us, right? So the more business owners that we talk to, the more we can expand Rise's reach, and just getting like the younger portions of the leadership team like you and JP and Kendall and all these other people coming up to get into these rooms with us. And, and JP can attest to it. You learn a lot by stepping in rooms with other people that have gone to different levels than you. So those are some of the wins for the week. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing us going through this topic today for everybody. It'll be a good one.
100%. I said everybody. Okay, yes, he is busy. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and move into today's topic. JP.
I believe Nishan have a talk.
Oh, Nishan, forgot about you, buddy.
Come on,
Hey.
man.
Sorry.
No, hey, we don't leave no man behind.
Sorry, Nishan.
Plenty of wins this past week. I mean, it's been stacking. I know we talked about in one of the other calls that look, find the small wins, right, to get your momentum going, and so that's kind of what I've been doing lately. So this past week and a half, I've really gotten everything I've asked for. I quit my job for wholesaling and real estate, so I have three properties under contract that we're working on dispoing right now, which is huge.
Awesome.
Especially just being a couple weeks in, just being a sponge, learning a ton, connecting a ton with a bunch of folks, and just aligning myself and understanding my schedule, how I need to work, just organizing myself, and just finding wins all over the place around real estate in the new role. So been taking everything from these calls and implementing it, and I might be busy from the moment I wake up to the time I go to bed, but that's exactly what I asked for. And, I'm really enjoying life right now.
Absolutely.
Nishan, why don't you share your 10 p.m. thoughts you sent to me this day?
Shit. Man, it's been so busy that like I sat down for like a second of the day. Like I don't have time to text. I don't have time to do anything. And I sat down at like 10 p.m. and I was like, I am so stressed right now.
Mhm.
But then I texted Danny. I was like, I asked for this. So sometimes I literally just have to sit down for a second and be like, yeah, I'm stressed as hell. Like I don't have time for anything. I don't have time to, hang out with friends or, sit down and think. But this is exactly what I asked for. And sometimes you just got to go through the trenches and just keep working to make it through and know that you asked for it. So time just to
Yeah.
put your head down and get to work.
I'll give you something, Deshaun. Stress is only perceived and chosen. It's not real. That's it. You choose to be successful, which comes with a certain level of work. And you can either perceive it as stress or you can perceive it as exactly what you asked for and something that you need to optimize. There's literally no such thing as stress. And we went through this last night. We say the word stress, but so Lloyd and I were talking, and JP as well. We literally just leveraged everything every single one of us owns. We have between us, we have 7 kids, 8 kids, 8 kids. Between us, we have 8 kids, 3 houses, and we literally leveraged absolutely every penny we have ever earned and everything we have to our names to go to the next level, knowing that we could literally burn all of this down. And we're sitting there laughing about it on the call last night. And I even like we were laughing at it to the point where I stopped the call and I was, hey guys, like just so you know, like we're terrified. Like we're laughing just because we know that if it all burns down to the ground, we went out trying to do the thing that we love doing and we'll just rebuild it with the same group tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you can either perceive it as stress or you can be like, no, this is the entry fee. This is the entry fee for exactly what I asked for. So I always tell people stress is chosen and perceived. It's not real because it's a choice. If
It
you
is a
choose
choice.
it, it's not real.
And your mind, I'm gonna give you some more. Your mind always gonna tell you like negative thoughts, right? But when you start changing your mindset, it helps a lot. Nick, you were not there yesterday, by when I said about this. Yeah, what Nick was saying, right? We have put everything on the line because we're betting in ourselves. We're betting ourselves that we're always gonna go to the next level. So the other day, I mean, I just made one of the biggest investment I have in my life. Like I put everything down. Like I'm betting on God and I'm betting on myself. So the other day, Nick, so we had to purchase, I mean, we had to pay the guy for the survey, right? So I'm like, really holding my money for my mortgage this month. So Lloyd was, I'm back. I mean, he's traveling. He told me like, hey, take care of this. And like literally I had to pay like half of what I have for my mortgage. I'm like, okay, this is the only penny I have left. Well, then I pay it. And then I got so stressed. Everything got figured out, guys, in an abundance. It's like crazy. But it's everything about mindset, what I want to say here. Okay. So I got very stressed. But instead for me getting, put myself into the corner, it's like fuck, trying to figure shit out, I actually occupy myself. So when you get stressed and you ask for these things, in order for you to go to the next level, you need to be you're gonna receive stress. No, nobody's gonna grow actually on comfortable situations. Never gonna
Correct.
happen. So you're
Correct.
always gonna go through this type of stress. But it's a good stress because you ask for it in order for you to go to the next level. So instead for me being actually like stressed out, like, oh, I don't have that money to pay. I don't have, what's going on? How am I gonna figure out? My man, I went outside, I pray, I do some pull-ups just to elevate my frequency so I can, think better, right? Because if I put myself in like, oh well, fuck, I'm done now. I don't know how to figure out. No, you don't get worried. You get occupied. How you get occupied? You find a solution. How you find a solution? Well, you fucking do what you do best. Fucking make money. Start making content, and there you go. I got a few paying fools. Then I have my higher month last month, right? I got my higher pay. Why? Because I don't get worried. I got fucking occupied. Because I bet on myself that I'm gonna get to the next level, and I bet on God because He got my back. Did I figure out? Hell yeah, in abundance, way more for what I made the previous month, just because of that. You just believe in yourself. Taking
Ooh.
ownership. And this is what this topic today is. Taking ownership of what we're gonna be doing. It's not about anybody else. It's about yourself. I don't count. I don't count with my mama. I don't count with my daddy. I don't count with nobody else. It's myself. Well, and God and myself. And I made it. So I got very stressed for a second. It's like, no, I don't want to go into that hole, deep hole. No, 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 no. I'm gonna get occupied real quick. I want to start getting the sun. Okay, let me get my frequency up. A few pull-ups, a few push-ups. Like, okay, make a video. You know why I made a video? Because a few months from now, I'm gonna see back. So like, yeah, motherfucker, you got occupied. Fuck yeah. It's my testimony right here.
Let's go right there. Let's
But
go, JP. Jeez.
it was insane. Like I even got goosebumps right now. And next to know about numbers. I mean, he see all my numbers. It's like it's crazy. And then this month it's even higher.
Yep. No,
So
just imagine that's why your team's important too. So just
yeah.
imagine if, in January, when we had when we all went through and had hard conversations with each other about expectations, if we weren't there to do that. Because everything that you do this month, you're going to see 3 months from now. There's going to be a situation. That's why there is no rest. I laugh at everybody who's like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend. You become an entrepreneur. There's no such thing. It's just the week. The week
Mhm.
starts
It's
January
all
1st. The
it's all
week doesn't
Monday.
end. The week
Every day
never
is a
ends.
Monday. Every day is a Monday.
Every day is
Days.
Monday. It's just
Every
it.
day is $0 in the bank.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll say what, guys. I mean, talking about stress, I mean, we obviously understand stress isn't beautiful, but like Nick said, it's just how you respond to it, right? So when you have controlled stress, that's what's going to help you guys elevate for growth and overall a transformation within yourself, right? So when you're stressed, that just forces you to be adaptive, right? It forces you to just like training. You guys are working out, you're weightlifting. When you cause stress on the muscle, it causes them to get stronger over a period of time. It's the same thing what stress does, right? The more stress you have over a period of time, the more output you can take, the more that's on your plate, the better you'll be in the long run. And then stress itself will over time reveal your weaknesses. So when you're having those stresses, it always helps you to reflect, like, why was I stressed? And it helps you dig and actually open up the picture and say, man, like maybe I'm weak in these points. And that's what's going to help elevate you to the next level. So just want to add that in there when it comes to stress. It's controlled stress, right? That's a huge thing. But anything else you guys want to add into stress? Because we're about to take on to ownership. I think ownership is huge. I think we all have taken ownership all of our lives, and everybody on this call, which is why we are number one. Let's go.
That's why we're driving, baby.
Yes, sir. So taking ownership of your life, right? What does that mean, guys? Taking responsibility of your actions. You are where you are because of you. You look the way you look because of you. You do the things you do because of you, right? As simple as that can be. So you're looking in the mirror at the person who's not where they want to be in their life. It all boils down to you. So the first thing I will want to have to say for this one is you have to drop the victim mindset. I'm pretty sure we have a lot of people in our life who play victim, right? They're always blaming their circumstances. They're always blaming the environment they're in. Okay. So if you can't accept where you're at in your life and that you control it, you're never going to move forward. Right. So that's the biggest thing is for me, it's like dropping that mindset, that victim mindset. And then number two, it's you have to be honest with yourself where you're at. We can play delusion, like dream really big, but you have to be honest. If you don't identify exactly where you're at and you don't have an action plan to move forward, you're lying to yourself, and the goals that you have is just going to continue to move further and further away. So when you acknowledge areas that are in your life, that's how you start to improve, and you won't throw a self-pity party for yourself. Oh, this is just where I'm at. This is just my life. Okay. JP?
Man, I mean, I think honestly we can take in so many directions from our emotions, how we respond. So, our, situation where we at. Ownership is, guys, you're dropping everything out. It's like, hey, this is my life. How I want. I mean, you are the creator of every day. You want to change your life. You need to start taking ownership. Stop blaming everybody. Just like Danny was saying, it's not about the other person. It's not about the other person. It's about you. It's getting occupied when you get stressed. It's getting actually taking actions to the things that you say you were gonna do. It's actually ownership. Is actually telling yourself, hey, I'm gonna do that, and you actually do it. It's like Nishan has saying jumping into a whole different world of what he was doing before to now into real estate. Hey, I'm gonna do these things, and now he's stressing out because he asked for it and he recognized it. That's taking ownership. Hey, I said I was gonna do this, and you better freaking do it. First of all, that's self-love. You're taking care of yourself. Okay. But when you start blaming somebody else, guys, you're always in that rat race, always in the same circle, always in the same situation. But as well, we can translate it into emotions. Okay, be responsible how you respond to things. Be responsible how you perceive, how you talk, how you do everything. I mean, everything you said, the word is very powerful. Okay, so you want to speak to insistence. Well, take ownership of what you say, how you talk to yourself, how you look at yourself in the mirror, how you speak to your own self, right? Because we normally wanna speak about other people or maybe feel the other people feel great, but how you talk to yourself, that's part of ownership as well. You taking in yourself as well. So ownership, I think, is about everything. It's about all different directions.
Right. You just gotta, guys, moving forward into this month, you just have to be able to adopt a pretty much like a no excuse mindset, right? Accept everything is on you. Stop waiting and actually start doing the things you set out to do. Because again, that is what's going to cultivate that unbreakable mindset, right? You're only going to create a strong mindset if you, number one, write out the goals you said you're going to do and actually do them, right? That's what gets you that reassurance that you can actually do it. And then stop approval. Like that's the biggest thing is, we sometimes a lot of us, if we're playing the victim mindset, you have to stop seeking approval from other people.
Yeah. My favorite quote, hey, this is my favorite quote, guys, and I live by this. If you're not changing, you're choosing.
Yep.
If you're not changing, you're choosing. So I mean, what are you choosing today? What are you just letting be? Like, oh yes, this is just my life. Then you're choosing it. That's ownership.
Yeah, well, guys, let's give you something practical to work on, right? Because what everybody's saying is 100% the truth, but if you don't know how to execute against it, it's not really going to help you, right? So let's look at something practical. So every single we all have goals, we all have them written down, we probably all have maps to do certain things, but there's three different ways that you're gonna have to look at what you need to get done on a daily basis. Right. So you're going to prioritize everything. So you're going to have the things that you need to get done that are high priority. You're going to have things you need to get done that are urgent. And then you're going to have things that need to get done that can't fail. Okay. And when I say can't fail, it's a literal can't fail. So when you look at all the goals and priorities and things that you have mapped out, you need to organize them in that. So there should be three things that you do every single day, three things that are of a can't fail nature. Okay. So whatever industry you're in, like for me today, I have 3 calls. I cannot miss those calls or we will miss quotas. That to me is a cannot fail. So that is a one thing. Close my calls. That's a can't fail today. Another thing, payroll needs to be finished. Okay, that's literally a can't fail. That negatively affects the business. So that's going to move up to the top of my list. On Sunday, it was on my list, but it wasn't a can't fail because I had a couple of days to get it done. Right. So, and then I don't know what's going to be the last one on my list at this point in time, but every day you go in, you'll probably have a list of 20 things that you need to get done because nothing ever at work is considered to be a low or a medium priority. No one's ever sent you guys an email that says, hey, get back to me next June, whenever you have time. It's never a thing. So there's always going to be high priority. There's always going to be urgent. And then there's going to be things that you have to get done that day. Can't fail because it affects the business, affects your business, affects your monetary, affects your mental health, affects something. So as these guys are saying, you have to make sure that you're taking ownership for your success. And then you also take ownerships for your failures. If you've been in 1,000 good situations in your life and 1,000 bad situations in your life, there's only one constant in all 2,000 situations, and that's you. So when you did something good or something good happened, it's because of you. But conversely, if something bad happens, it's because of you too. I'm not saying it's 100% your fault, but there's at least 5%. That's just how the world works, right? So if you have this understanding that you're in control of your own destiny and you already have your goals written out, you need to take each one of those goals, bring those goals down into subset goals, have a map to each one of them. And then the way you prioritize is high priority, urgent, and can't fail. You make sure you knock out that can't fail first, then you make sure you knock out your urgent, and then you get to your high priority. Because high priority isn't necessarily high priority if it can fail that day. The things that can't fail or they negatively affect the business is what's most important. So that's how you guys need to organize. Okay. You make that foundational list and then you say, okay, if I don't get this done, what negatively happens? Nothing. Okay. That's high priority. If I don't get this done, what negatively happens? Okay. Boom. And you just start moving them around and then you get your kill list and that's your top 3. And then at the end of the day, if nothing else happened, you got the top 3 things that would have negatively affected the business out of the way. Has anybody in here ever gotten to the end of the day and you're like, I don't know what the hell I did today? Right? Because
Happens.
you're not doing important shit.
Yeah.
If you make it to the end of the day and you accomplish 25 things and you can't remember what they are, how are you creating any type of impact? That would be like you going to speak to 25 people and no one remembers your name. So think of it like that. Get your kill list, 3 things that are really hard to do, that are can't fail things that you're going to remember getting done. You do those first. Yeah, first thing in the morning, it's the stuff that I'm going to bang out. And then the rest of the day is going to be chaos, and you can do all these low ROI tasks for the rest of the day. And then you can get to the end of the day and not remember what those are, but you got your important shit done.
I
And
love it.
that's not something that I just made up. That is something some of the best business coaches in the entire country use. That's from Miles Welch of North Star Training Systems. He coaches over 300 CEOs. And that's also from Corey Baker, whose business coaching business is $94 billion. These dudes do not play around. Those are my mentors. And that's exactly what they tell you to do. So that's a free nugget that I'm spending a fortune on.
I love it, guys. And this is what this
Right.
calls is about. It's just bringing a lot of value to yourself. Like take ownership just to being here every week. Because I mean, it's hard to find a circle that want to do this basically for free in one sense. Like nobody does this, and this that have like if you start applying everything we discuss on this calls every week, and you put your 100% outside of this, it's
You'll get better.
undeniable that you're gonna be successful. Because we're giving you tools, we're giving you the mindset, we give you the everything, the coaching itself. So don't take this call for granted. It's like Nick says, he spent me like thousands of dollars just to getting the same things he just said. He's getting paid, he's paying for it.
Yep.
And this is why we've been so
Free
successful,
game.
because we have us three as a leadership of our own circle. Hey, and we are where we are.
Yeah. And it's cool because on yesterday's Rise call, right at the end of it, Nick was like, "Hey, to be honest, you have to have people in your life to also talk shit to you, right? You gotta have friends in your life that obviously bring the humor / talk shit to you, because those are the people that truly care, right? If you guys know Nick's love language is talking shit,
Yeah.
right? But it's love. It's all love, right? And that's the thing. It's if you have people in your life like, hey, man, you're kind of getting fat. You know what I mean? Like you need to have people in your life like that who literally speak to the heart and be like, wow, you're right, man. Because if you blame your circumstance, man, he's not my friend because he said that. Who is it? Look the person in the mirror. It's probably you.
Oh, 100%.
It's probably you. So you have to own every decision that you make. So stop playing the game of I'm not where I'm at because of my situation, right? Because I'm pretty sure all of us can raise our hand at one point of our life we were that person.
Yeah, it's in certain situations right now,
Yep.
like everybody will resort to it. Like, why is this happening? Well, I mean, trace it back. You'll find out why. Like, why do I not have money right now? Oh, why did this bill? It's not why did this random bill come up and make me stress for money? It's why didn't you make more money before? That's what it always is. On the days that you were watching Netflix and sitting on your ass, why weren't you working harder? On all that downtime, what were you doing 6 months ago that didn't compound to enough? And I had this conversation last night. Someone was on the phone with me, like, "Oh man, I can't ever get ahead. This bill just came in. It just seems like it's always everything." I'm like, it's not the bill, man. Like, stop frivolously spending money when you think you have money. And like, you spend all of your money when you think you have money, which means you never have money in reserve for when shit happens. Like, I make great money, but I don't spend anything. I put it all in cash, safe, like wherever, investments. That way, if I need liquidity, I can get liquidity. And then
Yep.
anything that I buy, I can resell. I think Danny and JP, have you seen me literally buy anything nice, like super nice, outside of one thing in the last 3 years?
The Rolex. Is
Yeah,
I
that
mean, yeah, no, wait. I think he oh, the one last thing you bought?
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Ferrari 458. It's the last thing you bought, bro. It's in the
Shit, I
garage.
can't fit in a Ferrari. Yeah, right. But I don't buy depreciating assets.
Yeah.
Like I went and like the only like I saw JP had a Rolex. I promised like my wife that I would buy us Rolexes, and then I went and I got a really good deal on a Rolex. And the only reason I bought it is because I found a way to write it off of my taxes, and it sits in my safe. I don't even wear the damn thing. Um, but again, it's always everything compounds. When me and JP had our conversation in January, it's like, hey, buddy, like this is where we're at. I know what you're capable of. Here's where we need to go. Here's how I'm going to be checking. JP lights a fire under JP's ass, right? Now, JP's income has doubled over the last couple of months. And since his income has doubled, now this bill comes up where he has to give up half his mortgage. Well, imagine if his income didn't double. There wouldn't have even been the half to go do the thing. So like, you guys got to look ahead. I'm not going to say it's always your fault, but it is. When you win, it's your fault. Nice job. When you lose, it's your fault. Oh, well, just pick the shit up and like, let's get going. That's why it's important. You know, you don't rest in the beginning. You don't rest in the middle. You rest at the end.
Yep.
There are no days off. And
Well,
that preaching balance shit, there's no fucking such thing as balance.
Nick, and the same thing we were talking about yesterday. Well, it's not even resting at the end. It's you create systems so everything is working, so you can step out. But everything's keep working. So the only way for us to get there, creating systems and whatnot, is taking ownership from the beginning. I know Anthony just hop up a little later on. What we're talking about today is ownership, taking ownership into yourself, situations, life, emotions, and everything. Just ownership by yourself. That's what we're talking and discussing today, so you can pick up a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Sorry, I got here. I don't know why the past two times I've been thinking the meeting starts at 8:30, but it's at 8 a.m. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get here 2 minutes early. I'm like, wow, no, I'm actually late. Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
Yeah, brother, you're good. Hey, so guys, I have another meeting that I need to hop on for another coaching group.
Yeah.
So they're texting me right now. I appreciate you guys. Please keep showing up. Message the team leaders in here about topics you want us to discuss.
Yep.
Anything that's on your heart, anything that you're struggling with, shit, anything you think you can add value with. It's an open forum. If you like, just because we're sitting here talking most of the time doesn't mean we have all the answers or all the skill sets. We'd love to learn from you guys as well. So I'm going to go and see if I can pour into this next group, but I appreciate every single person for hopping on this call. I think you guys are doing a wonderful job, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, Nick. Thank you.
Nick.
All right, so I think it's time to open the floor to you guys. After
Yeah.
we got such a great insight, guys.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Let me add in one more thing in terms of the ownership, right? Because Nick was talking about practicality of the ownership, in terms of like fitness. For example, if you were talking about, let's say, fitness goals, everybody's in here is working towards their better version of themselves. So for example, let's just say this: my whole fitness program is stalled. Okay, a weak mindset of that for you guys would be, I'm not losing weight because my metabolism, right? That would be a weak mindset, right? But if you take into ownership, I need to track my food better. I need to be more consistent. I need to focus on my sleep. That's a growth mindset, right? Oh, my relationship is struggling. They don't understand me. That's the weak mindset. Okay. To have a growth mindset, you would ask yourself, how can I communicate better? And what can I do to improve in the relationship? Right. It's just perspective of how you say things. And then having that internal monologue is so key. Right. If you guys notice, if you ever wake up on the wrong side of bed and you think negative, you're like, man, like I'm not where I'm at, where I need to be right now. What happens? The whole day is negative. Right. Yeah. And then even if we're all talking about growth, right? Everybody's in here is trying to grow, whether it's spiritually, financially. I'm not making enough money. I don't have the right opportunities. No, for the growth mindset, maybe I need to develop more skills, network more, and create more opportunities for myself. Right. Just to kind of give you guys the black and white of each. That's how it has always worked for me when I see things like that. Right. Because I can raise my hand and say, dude, there was a point in my life where these things, the victim mindset was where I'm at. Right. But the thing is, when you start waking up and you guys start creating your day on the best foot you can, that's how you notice the most growth. Right. But other than that, guys, we are moving in the right direction. All of us, I think. Sam, Anthony, yes, he continue to hop on here every week. It is an open floor. So during the week, if you guys have a certain topic or you're just like, man, like this is what I'm going through, dude, let us know. Like just type in, but hey, like I'm kind of struggling with this. That could be a conversation because we all struggle with it. Right. We're all human. We've all went through insecurities. We all built confidence in some direction. We all have been maybe slightly depressed at some point or even crazy. Those are good topics to talk about. Right. But let's go ahead and open up the floor here. anything that you guys want to chime in? Anything that you're going through that you kind of need help with? Everybody's winning. Everybody's
You
winning.
know what? One thing I would like to say, I kind of want to piggyback on what Nick said on the
Yeah.
whole. There's no balance because like right now I'm in a place in my life where like I'm fine had that mindset. I did have that victim mindset the past like before December prior. Like I did have that mindset like, oh, you know what, this is getting hard, or like this is like, oh, they're not understanding me. You know, like, oh, I should stop this, I should stop that. And then like I'm now getting to the new mindset where it's like, you know what? No, I have certain goals. I'm going for them. And it's like I'm trying to communicate, I'm doing this and better. And like all this is changing just because of the mindset, how I'm communicating with my fiance or how I'm trying to get everything scheduled around my days. But right now what I'm struggling with mostly is like I'm learning there is no balance in life. Cause like I do wake up early. Like prior, let's say I wake up around every day around 6:30 a.m. And
Right.
then there's weeks where I don't work, and there's weeks where there's 1 week where I do work and 1 week where I don't work. And the weeks I do work, come here, baby. Where is it? I'll get it right now. Give me 1 second, okay? Sorry. Let's call it in. There's the week I work. I'll work like a 13-hour shift. I'll wake up a little bit early, like around 6 a.m. to get my stuff done, hit the gym, and then I'll come home around 12 a.m., 12:30, and next day repeat. Or sometimes um I'll have what's called the mornings I'm not able to go to the gym because my fiance goes to work, and then I have to I go to work, I get out a little bit early, sometimes around 10 p.m., get to gym by 11, and then I'm home by like 1:30, 2 a.m., and then repeat the next morning. So it's mornings where I'm like, is it okay to be doing this? Because like balance there's none, I feel sometimes. But it's like, is that okay or should I prioritize my sleep?
Yeah. JP, you want to hop on because I got a good one for this one.
You can go ahead.
Okay. So, Anthony, you're asking, is there such thing as a balance in terms of, hey, should I focus on more sleep or should I just get up and get the day started? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
that one,
asking?
like, yeah, like, should I, like, you know what, this is the hard part. This is what you got pushed through. Or should I be
Yeah.
like, you know what, let me take a day off. So, like that's where I'm kind of at, like, to respond, like, should I keep going or should I take a day off? Like, that's why I'm like, that's my mindset is kind of like stuck at, you know?
100%. It's like, hey, should I get more sleep so I can wake up and perform better? Or do I just cut my sleep in half and then wake up more tired? Now I'm not productive for the whole day. You know what I mean? When it comes to like balance itself, man, I think balance is a myth. And that's exactly what Nick was saying, right? If you want to be great, and if you're chasing like extraordinary results, like, hey, I want to be in the best shape of my life this year, or I want to make that much money as I can this year, you can't live like everyone else. There are seasons where you got to go all in on your business, your finances, personal growth, and any other areas that might have taken a back seat. Like you have to go all in, right? So I don't think it's a balance thing. I think you just need to have more alignment towards what you need to do. So it has to match your priorities, right? If you want success, your habits have to reflect that. And then there's going to be times where you need to have season of straight focus. Right now, everybody in this call that has been hopping on every single week is in a season of focus, right? There's going to be times where you got to push really hard. And like you said, maybe I have to wake up an hour earlier or whatever it is, just to input into myself. You need to do those things. And then there's seasons to pull back, right? If you notice, like at the beginning of the year, first quarter, everybody's go, go, go. Later on the year, you kind of notice things kind of pull back. There's a lot of holidays, a lot of birthdays, and then just a lot of things go where it's like, all right, we're getting close to the end of the year. Then you can pull back, right? Having that go, go, go mindset eventually, and we can hear about it, eventually leads to burnout. You need to have a structured routine when it comes to having sustained success. So I don't really think it's the balance thing is you're trying to find. It's just having that alignment day to day. Does it make sense? So think more alignment than say, hey, I need to have this balance of life.
And I always like remind myself, which is kind of related to the go, go, go mindset, but like your bed is always there. The rest is always there. You have to choose what you're going to lock into and choose what goal you're going to go after. And if you're motivated and gassed up to go after that goal, physically get fit, go after that career, lock in that career, it's always important to know like that rest is there and you have to listen to your body. You have to know when you need to rest. But if you have that motivation and you're gassed up and you have that circle of people pushing you to do something, go get it right now because that rest will be there for you and your bed will be there. So I always think about it like that. Just don't run yourself dry, kind of like Danny said.
Yep.
Yeah. Just alignment, just focus, man. Just for how long can you be focused? If you can, give it if you can audit your own life, it's okay, how much I accomplished in the last,
3 months.
3 months. You need how to go that far. How much have you accomplished in the last 3 months? Is it being actually productive, or you just being on the same circle of how you move forward? So just you gotta take a look back into your life. Like, okay, what are the actions that actually put me there? I know you have progress a lot because we have worked on a lot on the mindset. You have left some distractions out, some biases that you have left behind. Freaking awesome. So you're moving in the right direction. Now you gotta keep pushing through that threshold that actually keep you. So like, okay, now I have these things off. I pull back myself from social media, distractions, because I know a little bit more about yourself, right? But what's the next steps? So okay, then I gotta keep going through this mindset of like I need more because I know you're seeking for more. I know you apply for a new job. I know you're doing these things. So you just gotta go. Hey, you gotta figure out first. You gotta go take away from sleep. It is okay, but once you figure out, then you can actually rebalance your life. It's never gonna be a balance, but you're gonna figure out that schedule that's gonna work well for you. But as right now, you had a baby on your arms. Freaking go through it, my man. Go through it. Give her the life that you want her to live.
Yeah. I don't know if I recently picked up the 10x rule book by Grant Cardone. I'm only like a couple pages in, guys, and it's absolutely phenomenal, right? So whatever goal that you're trying to seek, this is what I got out of the first chapter. Whatever goal that you guys are trying to seek, you have to 10x and multiply that goal to actually achieve that one small goal, right? Because sometimes we're like, oh, I want to make only this amount. He said, you have to be delusional enough to set it even bigger. For example, if I want to make 100,000 a year, shoot for 1 million. Shoot that, because then you'll notice like, oh my God, I have to multiply my actions. I have to multiply my thoughts 10x to actually even get to that, right? Because you are limiting yourself when you say, oh, I want to only make 100 a year.
Yeah.
You're limiting yourself, right? It might seem so far away, but you'll actually pass 100 if you shoot a little bit further, right? So the 10x rule I'm reading right now, it's a pretty good book, and it actually just reassures that, hey, the effort that we all put on the day to day. And I tell JP all this time, imagine if all of us on this call are at where we're at in our life only because we're operating at 40%.
Mhm.
Right? Think about it. Imagine if all of us are only operating at 40%. The things you have in your life, the people you have in your life are only 40%. Try to get to that 100% charged battery. What would that look like? Right? It's hard to get to the 100. You know why? Because things are just moving. You're always going to feel really good one week, not one week, and you'll have these good momentum streaks of 3-4 weeks, and then you're back down again. It's how can you keep that sustainable for a long period of time? Systems, right? You got to find the system that works best for you. And I tell most of you guys all the time, it's like, do you have to wake up at 4:30 or 5 to be successful? No. Do you need to find time to input back into yourself? Yes. Right. If you have the blueprint and you know what makes you feel the best, and you're like, wow, I'm really focused, I'm so locked into what I need to be doing, continue to do that. Right? Why would you go off of the blueprint that you're creating for yourself when you know you feel the best? If it is waking up at 5 and you feel like, man, I feel accomplished, then continue to do that. That's how your body performs, right? You are literally reprogramming your subconscious mind to say, hey, this is how I win my day. Nobody will understand what I'm doing, but this is how I win, right? So again, 10x the actions you think that is necessary to reach your goal, right? So again, we can all attest to this. Whatever we're doing, whether it's posting content or growing the business, imagine if you only want inputting 2x. That's why you're getting 2x results. If you 10x your results, imagine what you'll do. So post 10 times more, right? Talk to people 10 times more. That's how you really get there, right? It's like, hey, do I go knock on 1,000 doors and get a lot of no's and then one yes? If it's 1,000 knocks that I need to get and it's one yes, then I'm gonna continue to do that, right? Because a lot of us only shoot so close of like, all right, I'm only shooting 5 times. If I get a no, that's it for the day. Multiply that 10 times every time, and I promise you guys, you'll get to that goal faster, right? And one thing I've been doing recently, anytime I get my tax returns back or my 1099, I peel the 1099, I put as a bookmark. Okay, that is my bookmark, right? Whatever I made that year, I put as a bookmark. So every time I flip it, I'm like, that's the last chapter of my, you know what I mean? It's like I use it as a book. That's the last chapter of my life. How do I improve from here? Right? Because if you're not setting financial goals, spiritual goals, personal goals, anything in your life, you're not setting little goals like that. Think about it like a pie chart. Are you cutting it in half and just saying personal and the other half is just business? What about your friendship goals? What about your spiritual goals? right? You're trying to create like the best superhuman you can be within yourself. So that's how I've always operated. Like you got to pour into little things. The thing is, if you're not finding that balance, it's because you're saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go all in on fitness and then all in on my personal development." That's it. You start to burn out because you see the other things in your life that are just as important. Maybe family's in there as well, which it should be, right? So even if you fall short and you 10x it, at least you're a little bit further than the goal you set for yourself, right? We hear the situations all the time where people will say, "Oh, it's not about making this money. I just want to be happy in life." You just limited yourself.
Yeah.
Why not have everything in life?
You can have it all.
You can have it all, right? Just know that you can have everything you want.
Yep.
So I want to put that out there because I've been in the game. I've been doing this and just chasing the goal, and it's happening, right?
Yeah.
And Rachel knows, like, if you guys go back and watch the transformation of where I came from, I'm literally the walking proof of just like, dude, once you jump and you go, it is scary, but it ends up working out.
I always think it's just crazy. I just posted this on my Instagram today, like community, because Danny and Nishan know I definitely like still am working on navigating it, but like friendships.
Yep.
And I have people, one that look at me and they're like, maybe you're working too hard. Maybe you shouldn't get up at 4:30 and maybe you should just relax. And then I have Danny, Nishan, and people in this group that are like, no, keep going. Like you're right there. Like, what if we looked at you today and we're like, hey, your goal, what you've always wanted, is going to be here tomorrow. How would you work today? But I think the people that are working or like telling you you're working too hard, Danny kind of explained it like this. Those who can't do it will always be the ones in your ear acting like they can and acting like they are. And
It's
those
the
are the people that are going to be talking to you about it instead of, and like talking down on you saying you're working too hard. Because if the people that are above you and on your level going up are working that hard and they're never going to tell you to stop.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm trying to navigate right now is who you surround yourself, who I'm
That-
surrounding myself with.
that the people that are there never gonna criticize you. Never.
Mm-hmm.
They knew what it takes. Exactly what are you doing? People that
Mm-hmm.
are telling you like, "Hey, you're doing this too much," is because they cannot do it. That's the same excuse they put on themselves, and that's why they are
Mm-hmm.
where they are.
And they don't want to see you get there.
Never.
Unfortunately, whether they know that, they recognize that or not. So that's something I'm trying to small in my circle, which is so far working really well, which is
There you
awesome.
go. Hey,
To be
I
honest,
always
I really have probably like 3 or 4 friends.
Yeah.
That's it. And I got Danny, I got Lloyd, I got Nick, and I have one more
Mm-hmm.
after this. Do I see them often? No. Why? Because we are fucking locking in.
Yeah.
Like I'm here at midnight. I wake up 4 in the morning. I'm here again. Like I'm doing this thing because I have a vision. I have a purpose. If you come to tell me like, hey, you're doing this too, like you're doing it too much, like motherfucker. If you see my screen, what I'm seeing right now, like
Like, watch me go do more.
I need to keep going. Like
Yeah.
you don't even know. Like Danny was talking about like people that have like, oh yeah, they're satisfied making 100 a month. If we want to put a number, a year, I want to make 100 a month. And
Mm-hmm.
that's usually one of the first goals that I have. But me is slowing down just because other people thinking like I'm doing too much. Like no, 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 no. My vision is way far beyond that you can even imagine. Like I'm even gonna speak up to myself. I'm gonna let you talk by yourself because I'm gonna
Yep.
walk out and I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not even gonna pay attention to you. Like I
Yeah.
don't. So that's why your circle gotta be this type of circle. This thirst.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, you can do some more. Because the people that actually love you, it's like Danny was saying earlier, people are gonna make fun of you in the sense of like, hey, I see you getting fat a little bit. Like, what's up? You slacking off? All right. So you get that fire back. Like, okay, you can always do better. You
Yeah.
can always do better. It's not about be balanced. You can take care of everything. You just have the right time management and actually desire, a burning desire for you to get it done. And you get it done. You will
Yeah.
get it done. You will find the way. If there is a will, there is a way.
Yep. So again, we all, okay, you guys have to every single day, you just have to reject average. Okay. Like you have to think bigger. Because when you kind of set yourself and you're like, hey, this is just good enough, that standard for yourself is low. Oh, this is just good enough. There's never good enough. If you guys ever notice, like money's continue ever moving forward. And money is just a measure of value. Right. So if you ever want to increase your income, it's just bring more value to the game. Right. And the thing is, JP and I, Nick, like we don't have to do these calls. We don't ever have to do these calls. It was just me and JP's calls every Thursday to check up on each other. That's how we kind of catch up. right? And it was just like, dude, why don't we just share this? And then now all of you guys are hopping on, right? We don't put a gun to your head to say, hey, you must hop onto this. No, you guys hop on because you want to grow, right? So again, to recap everything, if you just hopped on and you didn't hear anything, to take ownership of your life, you got to stop making excuses. And it seems easier to say that, right? Stop making excuses. Don't blame the economy. Don't blame your competition. You have to own everything in your life in order for you to move forward. So if you're not where you want to be, it's because you haven't done enough, truly. Okay. And then moving into whatever goals you guys are seeking this year, don't just win. Like, think about that. Like, don't just win. No, you need to dominate your sector. Right? Don't just say, oh, I'm winning. No, dominate. When you go into that frame of mind, like, yo, I'm going to dominate, that's how you see the leaps and bounds of your life just change.
I love that.
And I think all of us as a whole, now that we hopped in these calls, I think everybody has a locked in mindset. And it's just cool to see. Like Sam, Anthony, Chidozie, Nishan, Rachel, have you guys noticed that because you guys hop on and you guys continue to hop on, the changes that you're making month to month, to week, it's because you're on these calls and we're actually brainwashing you. Like me and JP and Nick, we're brainwashing you guys, because the thing is, we're just forcing you to grow. It's almost like we're forcing you to be successful. At that point, it's like you need to have friends in your life to force you to be successful. It's like, hey, man, you really can't fail. Like, I'm going to force you to. I might put a gun in your head and say, hey, you have to be successful. Those are the people you need in your life. And that comes from everything we talked about over the past couple of weeks. Purpose, influence, community, right? And today, taking ownership. We're getting there, guys. We're getting to the 5th week right here of doing these calls. And if you're not getting anything out of these calls, then the thing is you're not putting action behind what these calls are about. Right? Because anybody can come on here and just motivate you guys and say, hey, I'm going to pat you on the back. Let's whatever you listen to today, go take action.
Yeah. And guys, what we're saying here is because we are doing it. That's it. Like, we are not just talking to talk or just like put it in ChatGPT. No, we actually doing these things, and that's why we are in the position that we are now, that we can actually talk to you guys about. Like, this guy, like I'm fired up. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm fired up. Like, I'm ready to do the 10x. I'm ready to dominate. I'm ready to do all these things. Like, okay, I have my journal right here. Okay, my goals, right? Because all of this bring value, but it's only gonna be valuable if you take action. It's only gonna be worth it if you actually do these things. Doesn't matter how much you get fired up for 5 minutes after this call, because motivation is very short. So it's not
Become
about
best friends. Become best friends with discipline. Don't be best friends with motivation. Being best friend with motivation is going to make you complacent, right? Because you can put a YouTube video on, you can take a little bit of pre-workout and feel like you're on top of the world. You're band-aiding it. Be best friends with discipline.
Yeah, do the hard shit.
Huh?
Actually doing the hard things is what's gonna take you to be there. Like, what people, like normal people do the opposite. Because we are not here just to be normal. We are here to dominate and to go to, hey baby. We're here to dominate and to actually, go. Let me tell you something. If you have a burning desire, or if you have a goal in your heart, if you have a vision of what you want to do, it's not there for coincidence. Okay. God put it there. Okay. God put it there. So if it's there, it's for a reason. It's because God believes that you are capable to do these things. So if you like Sam putting all these new packs brands put out together, and have a vision like, hey, I'm gonna supply freaking the whole United States. He's able to do it because God put that vision in there. So you are capable to do these things. They are not there just because it magically happens. Nothing happened for a reason. These codes are not for a reason. I'm sure somebody out there today, even myself, take good stuff from here today that should apply, and I'm sure whatever that is gonna be even closer.
Guys,
So
I take away from these calls as well. It's like I'm almost listening to myself, and then when I hear you guys talk, I take it in too. So I'm not better than any of you guys, right? I'm just speaking everything from heart. It's just like it's almost like a purpose, right? God just tells me to give this to you guys, but I want to give you guys a little practical way to really set your wins for the year. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. So I have a little note. Okay, you guys can try this. Okay, it's called accomplishments and bucket list. Okay, anytime have from 2022. You see these little checks,
guys,
so
this is true. This is true. I've seen it in person. So not ChatGPT. I'm telling you.
anytime, yeah, this is mine. So anytime you guys have a win or an accomplishment You write it in. So for example, I'll be like, oh, take TP to the aquarium. Let's see. I got a new iPhone. I got a new tattoo. I hit my best month ever in coaching. Like I write them down and I check it off, right? And it'll go through the whole year. As you can see, wins, wins, win, 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 wins. Because the thing is, if you don't even know your own wins, you don't even know if you're moving forward. Right. And that's why getting on these calls and voicing it to random people and strangers, okay, it confirms it here that, hey, I'm moving forward. If you can't even voice your own wins, who's going to win it for you? So again, just write down like little wins. Like so far, it's like, hey, one of my bucket lists, I went to Mexico. A little small one, I did some pottery with my fiance. Those moments you get to refer back at the end of the year and say, wow, these are things I've done.
Yeah.
You know, because in the past 3 months, if we sit here and say, hey, what goals have you accomplished? You're like, I don't know. I think I'm moving forward. Write them down. Think about moments or weeks that you're like, dude, I felt pretty good. Write it down. Okay. Imagine somebody telling you, hey man, can I borrow $1,000? Are you just going to shake on it? Or are you going to put it on paper? Say, hey, if you don't pay me back, you got to pay interest. A contract. You know, nothing's real until it's on paper, right? Just like anything else, mortgage, I don't know, gym memberships, nothing's real until you sign it.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else we want to open up? These calls are great. Anything else? Nashawn, Sam, anything you thinking about? Anthony, Rachel? Okay.
Got big day coming up. We got 4 walkthroughs, 2 for wholesaling, 1 for a new investment property, hopefully, another
Okay.
one to fix up an old investment property. So just like the first call we were on where Nick said I need to figure out how to organize my time by calling Sean. I met up with Sean in person. We were talking at a meetup, and that significantly improved my efficiency and way to plan and understanding, hey, I might need to get up a little earlier and stay up a little later, right? To make sure that I
Absolutely.
get everything I need to get done, right? But I need to prioritize the people that I talk to, right, are going to pick up during a certain day. So I need to do everything that I need to do for myself before
Yeah.
that time period or after that time period, right? I need to block out time for certain things depending on how everybody else around me is functioning. So
Oh,
figured out
Nashawn.
how to do that. What's up?
So you're saying that you took a tip off of this call and now it's working.
Oh, I've been taking tips off of every call.
Dang. So it works.
Small wins, talk to Sean and figure out, or I guess not talk to Sean, but for everybody, talk to somebody that you look up to and figure out how they live their life.
Yeah.
Take small wins to build momentum. I mean, every call is just taking something, and now we're rolling. So
Yeah.
What's that quote? I think it goes like, what's beauty sleep when the beauty's at the end of like being locked in or whatever. I feel like that
Yeah.
applies to you right now. No more beauty sleep.
none.
So I love you. That's sick. You guys are just chiming in. All right. JP, anything else?
Man, I think that was, I mean, I'm fired up myself. So I have, I'm taking my own notes, guys. I'm taking my own notes. Like Danny was saying, put it in paper. There you go, Rachel. That's how we're doing things. If you just like come over
Hey,
here, like just listening and not
yeah.
actually putting into paper is not real, and you're probably gonna forget 5 minutes from later because you know what? You guys gonna go on, you're probably gonna get to work, do your own task, and it's gonna be forgotten. I'm in my own notes, it's like, okay, I gotta do these things today. I'm making sure I locked in. And guys, I mean, I'm ready to dominate. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
I love the freaking calls.
I mean, hey, can anybody answer this? Where's the one location in the world that has the most money? What's the one place in the world that has the most money
Place?
and the most ideas? Money
Oh,
and ideas.
I'm sitting out right here, baby.
What is it, JP? What's the one place? No, you don't know?
You mind?
I mean, no. The cemetery.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Cemetery. The one place
The
where there's
best,
a lot of money and
the
a lot
best
of dreams.
ideas not nobody have actually shown through the world.
Exactly. So think about how many people have passed away that had the greatest ideas and that could make whatever they wanted to, but they never pursued it. Don't be that person.
Yeah.
Don't be that person. So that's the one thing. It's like it wakes you up and you're like, wow. anytime you drive by, it's like all the ideas, everything that people don't work towards is that. So, guys, I appreciate you guys for hopping on the call. We're gonna end it here. Next week. So JP and I just, to be honest, this week flew by. I forgot it was Thursday. Nishan, you coming to yoga tonight?
Yeah, I'll be there. Don't
Okay,
worry.
cool. Okay.
I just missed 1 week.
Okay. So, but now, guys, you guys have a great day. Again, I would love for you guys to chime in next week or just send us pretty much topics to talk about, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.